Yes, let's continue taking let's continue having some sickening notes about some of our Honky Impact characters. I really want to I, I really want to try to push on figuring out a way to do more lore-based chats. I guess I'm just really struggling to figure out a way to have lore-based discussions about Honky Impact. Um, do you know what I mean? Without having to like redo the whole story together with everyone. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so last time we did the Divine Prayer on Miss Kianka. Let's see. Let's pick a character. Maybe we'll do like one or two characters today. Let's pick a character, everybody. Let's pick a character. So let me look into the Kiankas because we still have a few. Because we've already done the bee, and we've done what? No, not Night Moonbeam. We've done this diva, Miss Divine Prayer. All of these other divas came later. When did Valkyrie Ranger release? That's what I want to know. Let me see if I can Google this. It would be hard to have lore chats without giving the whole story because all of us would be confused. Right, exactly. And like, Honkai Impact isn't a lot of these live service games have big chunky stories, and I don't want to necessarily give like a half-assed lore discussion where I'm just like, oh, I don't remember this, I don't remember that, you know? Like, I want it to be meaningful. You know, I want it to be meaningful. You know, Max. I like giving very beginner friendly discussions of lore that we can kind of build up over time. And sometimes it's when we're talking about sometimes it's when we're doing these character mechanics that we can talk a little bit more about the the kind of storyline itself. Let me see. And I am trying to go from like version to version with these whatchamacallits, with doing the do um come on, Hammy, use your words. Your brain works. Your brain works, bestie. What was I saying? Oh, with these character mechanics, like little Lord, my brain is not working today. This is how exhausted I am. I literally can't even think of the words I want to say. The When we discuss the mechanics of each of these characters, it also gives us an opportunity to talk about lore. And that's part of the reason why I like to go essentially from the beginning of the game and go chronologically in order. Because then we can kind of work through the story chronologically that way too. You know? You think character mechanics are good. It helps explain the gameplay and also highlights an aspect of the game a lot of people miss. Yes, I'm one of the biggest defenders of all kinds of game mechanics. Like, you won't see me defending gacha mechanics, but you will see me defending game mechanics, because I love a game mechanic. I was actually talking about this with Nini fairly recently, and by fairly recently, I literally mean like 2 days ago. I came to the realization that gacha, I'm just a lucky little asshole in that the way that the way that the sort of video game industry has become heavily monetized around character collection was a personal attack on me because this isn't something new to me. The way I like character building in all these different gacha games, it's not new. I've literally always been this way ever like when I tell you the way I like to explore character mechanics and build upon them has literally been since Baby Hammy. Like, probably the first thing I can think of where I behaved like this was probably like Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64. I didn't play like a normal person would play. What I would do in Smash Brothers is literally like I would like set myself a task. Like I'm gonna just do like a regular little match, but I'm gonna do it with all the characters. And I'm like, okay, I have to do this first with Mario, then I have to do this with Luigi, then I have to do this with Kirby, and I would have this order set aside for myself, and I would do it in order like that. And this is something I would do this in every single kind of game. I'm thinking like, like Bravely Default, I would like go through each of the different classes, and I would build up each of the different classes available in that game. Pokemon, building up a whole slew of Pokemon. I remember doing that with like Mario Tennis. I would just do like little little PvE exhibition matches with each of the characters in order. So when I tell you I've literally always been like this, I've literally always been like this, and it's just a personal attack on me that the way that I have literally always enjoyed games ever since I was a little kid is the way that video games have become severely monetized these days. When you played Smash, you would just learn your favorite characters, games, tricks, and that was it. Because you want to be unstoppable. See, I was not like that. I didn't like to like put all my marbles into one specific character. I like to like explore all sorts of different characters. That's part of the reason why I feel like I always struggle to get into a game like Tekken. Because games like Tekken are usually very focused on, muscle memory and remembering specific controller inputs into moves, And so someone like me who wants to explore a bunch of different characters, that kind of system is very anti-synergistic because there's no way to remember all the different inputs for multiple different characters because the inputs for each character would be completely different. So, yeah, I tried getting into Tekken and I just really struggled because of that aspect. It's a personal attack on you as well because you can't be bothered to spend money. Also, it means you can never get the characters, even if you kind of like them, basically, like approaching it from that perspective. Okay, let me look at Honkai Impact. What was around in the original game? It looks like the original game was literally just Kiana, Mei, Bronya, and Himeko. Okay, and Valkyrie Ranger was part of it, so we are gonna explore Valkyrie Ranger. Okay. Hi, Anna. Hello. Hello, my sweet bean. Hello, hello. Happy. Oh my god, Anna. Oh my gosh. I didn't, by the way, Anna, I didn't forget to show you the Infinity Nikki box. I just literally did not have time because last night I was working until like 8 p.m. and I basically was working almost all the way up until stream today, so I did not have any chance to take photos. But it is a perfect thing that you're here because I can just show you the Infinity Nikki box right now. No, I didn't. I honestly did not forget. No, I honestly did. No, I really am not kidding that I worked until like 8 p.m. yesterday and then I was just extremely exhausted. I did not forget. I literally was like remembering before I showered, like, oh my god, I still haven't sent Anna the Infinity Nikki box. I can just show you now. Oh, this is the box. This is the box itself, Anna. Look, it's giant and it's shaped like a suitcase. It is absolutely sickening. Look at her. Look at her. Now inside the suitcase. Inside the suitcase is an umbrella. It's an umbrella. I'm not gonna. Do you want me to unwrap the umbrella? Is it okay if I don't unwrap the umbrella? The umbrella was very cute. Oh, see, I put a little bit of Oh, everything smells a little bit nicer because I put in like just a cute little Q-tip with lavender essential oil because it smelled. I kid you not. When I first opened all this stuff up, it smelled like shit, like literal shit. Don't remember. Do I have any way to make my camera bigger? I guess, let me do this then. Here, let me do this. I can do something. Oh, why can't I post a duplicate? That's hateful. Okay, I'm gonna... Video capture device. And let me just make a big webcam. I don't have any kind of scene or anything ready for a big moment. Yes. Okay. And where is it? Hello? Is the big webcam in the room with us? Hello? Where is it? Oh no, it's okay. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's all good. How do I configure the video? Where is it? Why can't I? That's no. Whoa, baby. Why is it? That's interesting. So the webcam will only work with one thing? That's really interesting. Let me go here. Oh,
these islands are so pretty.
Hey, we finally have some time alone, so...
By the way, just so you know, I haven't forgotten, but with how busy I've been, oh, girl, I wish I could finish some of those videos. They're literally just in process the whole time, and I am so sad about it that I can't finish them. I am literally so sad about that. Whoops, not Windows capture. Boop. Add existing. Hi. Okay. Let me flip her. Oh my god, I look so wet. I'm so big. Oh my god, I'm so big. Oh my god. Oh, you can see my little Bulbasaur. I will say that little Bulbasaur, one of my favorite plushies because he's so big and chunky. And so when I'm sitting inside of a meeting, I love to just grab that Bulbasaur and I love to just like cuddle with the Bulbasaur. I love to cuddle with the Bulbasaur like during meetings. He's so wonderful. Okay. So yes, we have Miss Umbrellianka. Miss Umbrellianka. And then there's this cute little bag. A cute little see-through bag. Let me take my Q-tip out, my lavender Q-tip. This is the culprit. This thing smelled like absolute shit when I first opened it. But this is the little bag, the little diva. Look at the little poochie, Miss B over here. A cute little bag. This, which is probably the plastic. This, which we discovered is a suitcase tag. This is a cute little, which, you know, given that what they gave me was like was literally a suitcase, it's cute that they basically gave like a little suitcase tag to go along with it. This thing, which we collectively determined is apparently like a little snack cup. You know, she's a little snack cup, a little Momo coated snack cup that can be retracted, hung up. Little Momo mode. Cutie patootie. And then the biggest thing, which unfortunately I cannot unwrap, but I can show you what the design was. Whoops. This is a whole ass picnic blanket. Okay, it's a picnic blanket, baby. You can put your ass on this. I would never want to put my ass on this because this feels like too special. I'm like, I would never want to put my booty on this thing. This feels like too special of a thing to put my booty on it. But it's a whole ass picnic blanket. If we ever see each other ever again physically, Mama, we have to have a brunch, a picnic brunch. And I'm gonna bring the Infinity Nikki picnic blanket with the Momo snack cup. I think it's like a snack cup. You used to have one when you were a kid to drink water, and you took it everywhere with you in your backpack. That's everything. So the design on the picnic blanket is one of the. Oh, I forgot to put the lavender, Q-tip back in there. Oh, I'll put that in later. I'll put it back in later if I don't forget. But the design on the picnic blanket is actually one of the game's name cards, and it actually happened to be the one that oh my god, I forgot I have the Vanarana music still on. It happened to be the name card that Krabati actually uses, which felt like such a fun coincidence. Let me see if I can find it. Name cards. Is yes, this one. Do, do, do. No, yes. Oh. And why is it so high up? Interesting. This one. This is the design that's on that picnic blanket. And it was so funny to see because Krabati really freaked out because it's literally the name card that they like to use. Okay. Boop. There are many parks in Chicagoland where we can go and have a picnic. You've had many picnics facing the lake. It's so relaxing. The real issue is just me getting to Chicagoland these days. I don't know when that's gonna be. Yes, it's so cute. It's so cute. I unwrapped it yesterday. I did manage to rewrap it. Very sickening because it has like a little handle for easy carrying. I almost feel like they did the suitcase, but I almost feel like instead of a suitcase, they should have tried to send like a picnic bag. Well, I guess you could probably use the suitcase as kind of a faux picnic basket as well, because you could store some food and things like that inside of it. Okay. Okay. Yes, so let's do. So I wanted to do some of my. I'll put myself in the Honkai Impact category. We're gonna be educational tonight before we start pulling. Before ZZZ goes off of maintenance. So I am going to have our sickening little notes session. But first, you're gonna order boba. You got home 40 minutes ago. Oh, home or Airbnb home. Oh my goodness, I keep slapping. I keep slapping the thing. You're tired, I know. Ugh. Oh, home. Period. Before we do anything, we do have to analyze the fashion, honey. Now, compared to the other Kiana looks that we've looked at so far, we've had Miss White Comet, right? We've had Miss White Comet. We've had Miss Divine Boobs. Okay. Luna's next to you. Oh. Compared to these two battle suits, because each of these like individual icons that you see are called battle suits, and they all have their own. They're essentially their own character. They all have their own kit, and mechanics to them. It's sort of like they essentially release the same character over and over again, but give them different skins and abilities attached to those skins. But then within those skins, you can get, additional skins for the skins. It's just, it kind of goes back to the default skin, which is called the battle suit. Does that make sense? So that's why you have all these different looks on Kiana. So Miss Valkyrie Ranger, compared to the other ones we've seen, this is kind of fashion, isn't it? This is pretty fashion. Like, get into it. The crop top jacket, okay? She's not very boobalicious, compared to White Comet and Miss Divine Boobs. Miss Valkyrie Ranger is not that boobalicious. You know, do you know you can actually turn off the jiggle? Did you know that in this game you can turn off the jiggle? Do you see that? But you know what? The jiggle's kind of funny, so let's keep it on. Let's keep the boobs. Now I will say these I've never seen shorts that are this short. Actually, maybe I have. Well, no, because look, the shorts are literally like do you see that? They're the I don't know. No, I don't think I've ever. No, I've never. Because this, I'm pretty sure these shorts are literally like if it wasn't for the bullet belt over here, I'm pretty sure half of her coochie would be exposed with how low the shorts are. So that's not very sickening of her to be nearly exposing coochie in this manner. I will say I've apparently recently discovered that apparently belly buttons are very sexy. To each their own, but I guess, this is apparently why belly buttons are a very contentious thing. Because I remember in Genshin, I heard about Miss Shinha. So Shinha's a character in Genshin who wears essentially a bodysuit, and I remember her design had a visible belly button on it, even though it was, you know, part of the bodysuit, and her design got censored to remove the belly button. I bring that up because Miss Kiona is wearing a bodysuit and her belly button is visible within the bodysuit. That's the only reason I kind of brought it up, because I thought it was really interesting that belly buttons are a very sexy yet also kind of contentious topic. I guess kind of in the same way as like feet, right? Feet and armpits. Is it armpits, belly button, and feet that are like sexy in kind of a contentious way? I feel like those are kind of that's the trinity of body that's the trinity of body parts that are sexy in a controversial way. Does that make sense? But we always love a thigh high boot moment. Look at her giving thigh high boot. Boots, it's hard to mess up boots. I will say it is hard to mess up boots, and she did not mess up with the boots here. No, these boots, girl, fashion. Okay. And then she has the matching gloves, the gloves matching to her boots. The boots are almost pants. And that's how you know it's sickening. And yes, because it is very glued on to her skin. Actually, I wonder. Wait, let me look. I'm kind of curious now. Are the shoes essentially the same? Oh, yes, yes. I think Valkyrie Ranger is essentially just a reskin of White Comet. Hi, Nini. Hey, Nini. Enjoy your style. Yes, see all of Kiana's. I'm looking at her shoes in all of these, and you can see the shape is exactly the same in all of them, and you can even see the ankles in all of them. So they're literally kind of reskinning the original looks, which you have to keep in mind. You have to keep in mind this. We're looking literally at like the I can't find like any information about what happened in version 1 of this game. There's only like the last bits and pieces of version 1. And keep in mind that was literally like 2017. And Genshin, right? Let me look it up. I have to look it up. When did this game actually release? 2018. No, I think the game itself released in 2017. So you have to keep in mind, Genshin Impact released in 2020. So Hoyo was not... Genshin Impact is what made Hoyo as a company rich. So this was all done at a time when they were like just they were literally just like fledgling game developers by this point. That's why you have situations like this where a lot of it is just kind of the same look but reskinned in a different way. All that to say that that's the reason why her boots look like pants. Okay, because they took her original look and they literally just kind of turned it into boots. So it is basically painted on boots. You know? Whereas I guess, if we look at maybe some of the more recent things, yeah, see, she's giving her own moments. Yeah, see, she's giving her own moment in each and every one of her other one of her more recent skins. So yeah, it's a glow up that took time. Now I do like to appreciate the little capelet. Y'all know I love a flap. I always make the joke about Genshin flaps. So I do appreciate the little capelet that she has in this one. Yeah, this one is the most fashion that we've seen from Kiana so far. Let's look at what else does this one offer. Ocean Ranger. So this. She said, you know what? I want the same thing, but you know what? I want it in blue. Can I have it in blue? Thank you. I'd like it in blue, please. Now, what is this, girl? Honkai World Diva? Was there must have been some kind of idol event. What are those shoes? No, because what are those shoes, honey? Do you see the shoes? Oh my god, that's the first thing I saw. What the hell is that? She's wearing plastic wedges. Girl, what are these see-through plastic wedges? Is this fashion? Are plastic wedges 2018 fashion, honey? Do we call this fashion? Now, I will say Honkai World Diva. So Honkai itself, from some of the little bits that we've talked about, right? Honkai, you can consider it as like an invisible corrosive force. Think of it as like an invisible poison in the air that affects the world. And a lot of times, Honkai corrosion tends to manifest itself in this kind of design. Very like, it manifests itself with the color pink in this kind of hot pink coloring, and it manifests itself in a very geometric pattern. So that's kind of the reason why these what are they? Stockings? Socks? Tights? No. Whatever this is. That's why it's giving this kind of look. So it is a kind of a little bit of a lore based look. You see some see-through sandals for summer looks. Very girly pop. Really? Well, that's interesting. I've never seen anything like that. Now, I do love the effects on the dress. We do love an effects moment on dresses. It adds a little bit of extra. Oh no. Oh no. Mm-mm. The hallmark, the hallmark of when a skirt is too. Thank you for the prime, Nini. 25 months. Oh, thank you so much, Nini. I love you. I was just gonna say that, in my eyes, a skirt is, in my eyes, a skirt is considered a failure if when you're just looking at the character normally, you can see what's underneath the skirt. That's when I say the skirt is a failure, because the skirt did not do its assigned job. The skirt in this case did not do its assigned job. I, we should not see butt cheek or coochie from a skirt. Do you know what I mean? Now what the fuck is this? Hold on. What is this? Girl. Girl. I love the capelet. The kind of transparent look on the capelet with this kind of pastel blurry combination of blue and pink. It's doing it's completing its assigned task for the heterosexual man. That's a good way of putting it, Anna. But what is this, honey? Why does it say mihoyo on her boobies? What is this, mihoyo? What were you doing in 2018? Wait, I like how her hair was kind of converted to this drilly moment, because she, in all her other skins, she always had these braids, right? And then they kind of unraveled them into like a little bit of a drilly moment. I think that's a little bit cute. But no, honey, whatever's this skirt, the skirt is not it. No, moving on. Now this is something I wonder if... So this is an interesting mechanic that no longer applies anymore, but back in the day, what they would do is they would take a battle suit, right? They would take this specific battle suit, Valkyrie Ranger, and they would have these items called augment cores. And what these augment cores would do, you know, if you acquire them, is they would change the character's abilities. So they would essentially take this battle suit and adjust them a little bit such that the character would have like some different move sets. They would have some different like passive abilities and things like that. So Valkyrie Ranger did get an augment core. Maybe we'll talk about what the augment core brings to the table later on, because a lot of times the augment cores do have a story aspect to them now, because there is a story, there's a significant shift in the story between Miss Valkyrie Ranger and Miss Void Drifter. So we'll leave Miss Void Drifter for later on, because I really do want to talk about all these game mechanics in a sort of chronological manner. Right now, a lot of these are just kind of... It's early game and they need some playable characters, you know? It's that kind of thing. So there's not much story that's going on here. I would almost say that, like, you know, White Comet, because these girls, right? Kiana, Raiden, May, and Bronya, they're all part of a Valkyrie school called Saint Freya Academy. And it's essentially a school... It's a military school for people to fight Honkai monsters. So, you know, the game kind of starts out with Honkai being like, it's a secret. Shh, the general public doesn't know about Honkai. Shh, when Honkai creates a big disaster, it just kind of gets covered up, you know? So that the general public doesn't know anything about Honkai. Shh. You know, it's kind of one of those kind of stories. And so Saint Freya Academy is this kind of secret school, for people with a naturally high resistance to Honkai corrosion, to learn how to fight using these battle suits, and then they can become Valkyries who fight Honkai corrosion. And this is all sponsored by this one organization called Schicksal. That's why the playable characters in this game are called Valkyries, because that's what they're called in the Schicksal organization, the soldiers who fight against Honkai. Now, the lore of the game is that girls have a naturally higher resistance to Honkai corrosion than boys. And so that's why this game only has playable girls, because only girls can equip battle suits. At least they tried to come up with a lore reason for there being no playable male characters in the game. At least they tried to come up with a reason for it. But essentially, so this, you know, the White Comet for Kiana, this is her being like a Valkyrie trainee. This is her Valkyrie trainee battle suit. Miss Divine Prayer, I don't know what they were going on with this one, but Valkyrie Ranger is almost, you could almost call it like her casual wear, you know? When she's not in a battlesuit form training, this is her casual outfit as just kind of like a student of Saint Freya Academy. Does that make sense? You guess you don't know how to lurk, correct? It's okay. You know, lurking is not strict. You can come on and off lurk all the time. You just realized one of her looks, the one where she has heterochromia, she looks like a human version of Wuthering Waves Abby, or the other way around since Wuthering Waves is the more recent game. Well, actually, Nini, speaking of that, um, that's actually an excellent point you bring up, Nini. You're so right. So what Nini is talking about, so Wuthering Waves has a little mascot to it called Abby. And it does have basically, that's actually a good point. I really didn't think of that. Abby has the same, exactly the same heterochromia as Miss Kiana in her Void Drifter form. There's a lore reason for the heterochromia that she has, and we'll get into that when we talk about it. But this is who Abby is. And so yeah, it's literally exactly the same. And speaking of this, so Nini and I had a little Zen the Zone Zero conversation earlier, and I was talking about, I mentioned to you, Nini, there was a specific character who I called the ZZZ Kiana, and this is actually the reason why, because that character that I called ZZZ Kiana also has the same exact heterochromia along with the sort of white hair. So I was talking about this character, Nini. This is why I called her the ZZZ Kiana, because you can see it's exactly the same heterochromia as well. That's the sort of reason. But I was like, hi Riz, and hi Max, hi. Hello from the past, good luck on your Sunna pills, or hello from the future where you order have her. No, ZZZ is still on maintenance. Yeah, ZZZ is still on maintenance. That ZZZ character. Oh, speaking of which, Mags, the reason I had that conversation with Nini is because it ZZZ. Oh, okay. Because ZZZ. Oh, the video froze. Is it back? Is it back? Are we back? The reason I was bringing her up during a conversation with Nini is because video's fine. Also, hi Spectre. The reason is, so Zenless Zone Zero is in its version 2 series. It had its story finale for version 2 this past patch. Then we're gonna have a new patch where we're kind of going back and doing some like side things. But version 3 is kind of gearing up to explore this specific character. Like this is a very lore focused character in Zenless Zone Zero. And with some of the teasing that's been going on recently, her character is probably going to be explored, and we're probably going to be going to the Zenless Zone Zero equivalent of Genshin's Celestia. So in Genshin, you have that big like giant floating island in the sky forever, and that floating island in the sky is supposed to be like the domain of the gods in Genshin. And well, Zenless Zone Zero, they've been teasing that there's this paradise in the sky very recently, and it's supposedly this character, she went there. And so to me, that's very much sounds like them trying to tease that we're going to go to that paradise in the sky next. That's a lot of skin covered for a ZZZ girl. Well, that's because she came out at the very beginning. She was from a lore video that happened literally like day 2. Oops. Like that happened literally on like day 2 of Zenless Zone Zero. So that's the reason why. Zenless Zone Zero has been getting a lot more egregious with its sexualization in the form of less and less clothing on girls. They've been getting much more egregious with that lately. Is this the guy you called Nouvelat? No, that's Sunbringer. Nouvelat is a different character. That's Seth's brother. So we might see him actually tonight when we open up Zenless Zone Zero. This girl, whoever she is, your lab saw ZZZ Kiana and went, nope, Nini can't see that, I refuse. They're gonna make her suit rip or her playable version, or she might not. She could also not be playable. She could be dead. Because she is like an old lore character. She could be dead. She might not be. There's a chance she might not be. But yeah, that's... I always call her the Zen Zone Zero Kiana specifically because of the heterochromia matches Kiana's old heterochromia. So anyway, that's the fashion. Let's look at her kit. Let's do her kit mechanics. And we're gonna do them kind of quickly because I fear Zen Zone Zero is probably gonna go off of maintenance in the middle of us doing this. So we have Miss Kiana Catlana, Valkyrie Ranger. Okay. Now her leader, what is her leader passive? Her leader ability. So the team gains a 10% move speed boost. And mech type characters gain a 5% attack speed boost. Or just 5% attack speed. Now this brings up an interesting mechanic in this game that hasn't been brought up in any characters' kits yet. So, you know, games will always like to enable some way of increasing damage, reducing damage. Oftentimes, the most common way that games will do it will be like through elemental resistances, right? You know, you have a character who deals fire damage and it deals less damage to, you know, water characters, but it'll deal more damage to ice characters. Well, this game kind of does it in two ways. You have your elements, so you have physical, fire, ice, and lightning. But then they also have character types, and it comes with this little triangle. In the beginning, it was just this little triangle where you have mech type characters, bio type characters, and psi type characters. And you can see each of them are stronger against the other. So like Kiana as Valkyrie Ranger is a mech type characters. So she deals increased damage to enemies who are classified as biotype, and she deals reduced damage to enemies who are classified as psi type. So that's what this distinction of mech, bio, and psi is. Later, this section, this is stuff they added later on. The imaginary quantum and stardust type, those are much later. You guess you're a huge fan of some of her looks and skins. Yeah, Nini tends to like some of Kiana's moments. You got yourself a big, expensive figure. Yeah, Nini has a really, really sickening figure of Kiana. I need to show you all. I need to show you all what the figure that Nini has. It's a really pretty one. It's not even an outfit that's in the game. I think, yeah, I do believe it's this one. Yeah, this is the one, right, Nini? This is the figure that she has of Kiana. It's really thickening. Like, look at this elegant gown. I'm pretty sure this is the one, right? Because I remember when she showed me, it's like she has the gown is like detachable, right? The gown is like detachable. Skirk will have to... Yes, Nini's in trouble financially because there's a lot of really beautiful figures of some of her favorite characters coming out very recently. Very soon. Not recently, very soon. Okay, so let's go back to our notes. So it actually goes up to 25 and 14. Okay. So what's her passive bonus? Okay, what's this? Hersher charge. Ooh, now that's a new lore topic. Do we want to discuss Hershers? So we actually just recently talked about like Honkai corrosion, right? This topic of Honkai corrosion. Well, Honkai as a force, the way that Honkai corrosion can work, it's the reason why we have mech, bio, and psi type enemies. So Honkai corrosion can literally manifest itself as just monsters, and that's what the psi type monsters are. It's literally just Honkai beasts. That's what they're called, Honkai beasts. Well, the Honkai corrosion can also impact technology, and so you'll end up with like these mech enemies, and that's what your tech, or excuse me, that's what your mech type enemies are. And lastly, and quite frankly, the creepiest is that Honkai corrosion can also animate dead bodies. So when it can pollute the minds of people, and then even after they're like dead, it essentially puts them into a vegetative state where the Honkai corrosion essentially turns them into a zombie. And that's what your bio type enemies are going to be. Well, Honkai corrosion, when it sort of congeals itself and converges into a very intense, what's the word? A very intense, it all converges itself into an intense ball. Condense, yeah. Yeah, it condenses itself. It can condense itself into like a very intense form, and oftentimes that kind of convergence happens around a specific individual, and when that occurs, that person, their mind becomes warped by the Honkai corrosion. All the meanwhile, they gain significant power to them, and when that occurs, that person becomes known as a Hersher. Okay, and they're essentially classified as like the most dangerous. They're classified as like the most dangerous of Honkai beasts out there. Now, within the game itself, we do learn that it is technically possible for a person to be able to overcome the corruption that occurs in your mind when you become a Hersher. And once you've overcome that corruption, you are able to gain access to that power without the destructive element to it. You know? You're Mona, you're Zhongli, you're all the peasants. It's nice to know that it's you and Hammy all the time. Oh, Alicia is very big because of her decor. Oh, right, yes, Nini also has an Alicia figure too. You're peacefully in a constant Ningguang state. You're in a Ningguang state because you don't pull on any banners. You don't pull on any banners in any of the gacha games that you play, so you're always in a state of like having your gacha currency hoarded, right? So I guess that does make sense that you would consider yourself a Ningguang, and Genshin Ningguang is considered like the richest character in the world. Meanwhile, like Mona, Zhongli, these are all characters who are considered broke in the context of the game. So, okay. So she has Hersher Charge, which starts at 0 and caps at 600. She gains additional SP. When her Hersher charge is full, she enters Inner Turmoil for 3 seconds, which disables attacks, evasions, and weapon skills, and inflicts 6 stun trauma. I know what this is. When Inner Turmoil... Oh, it inflicts 6 stun trauma on herself. When Inner Turmoil ends, Hersher charge decreases by 50 every 0.75 seconds until it falls to 0. Combo attack can only be used after Hersher charge falls to 0. Inner Turmoil can be cancelled by switching Valkyries or using ultimate. So this actually functions. I remember having to use that Void Drifter augmented ability or whatever, augmented skin or whatever. I remember having to use that a lot in the story. So I distinctly remember this because this is a very interesting and kind of frustrating mechanic, because if we'll see later on, I believe she gains this Hersher charge by using this combo attack that they mention here. And so the point being is that you don't want to max out your Hersher charge, because it essentially, this whole thing about inflicting 6 stun trauma, it essentially causes Kiana to stop moving. You essentially become vulnerable to attacks for 3 seconds. So it's a kind of like, it's a punishment for overusing her strong attack. It's a very interesting mechanic that really doesn't survive. Those kinds of punishment mechanics tend not to survive in live service gacha games, I've noticed, because players are always looking for smooth experiences when they pull on character banners. They don't like a character that provides punishment in exchange for strength. They'd rather have strength with no strings attached, you know? You don't pull on any banners, you never actually buy anything, so you just hoard the money. Perhaps a silly question. Keep in mind you haven't touched the Emphorius story for months, but that description of the Honkai corruption, doesn't it match what you remember of the Black Tide? That's exactly correct, Nini. And I'm pretty sure when I was streaming the story of Honkai Star Rail with M4s, I'm pretty sure I actually made mention of how the Black Tide monsters of Emphorius resemble the Honkai beasts, resemble the Honkai corruption from Honkai Impact 3, which makes sense because the two universes of Honkai Impact and Honkai Star Rail, they are actually like connected lore wise. Like, I kid you not, like stuff like the Garden of Recollection, the characters who follow the path of remembrance in Honkai Star Rail, they're one of the antagonists presently in Honkai Impact. Like, literally, they are one of the big issues in the story is that Kiana Kaslana, she's kind of fallen into this coma and nobody knows how to wake her up. Well, we discovered a few patches ago that the reason she fell into a coma is because the Garden of Recollection put her in that state. They put her into this endless dream state, and that's why she's unable to wake up, because the Garden of Recollection, they're very curious about Kiana and her situation. So yes, it's very likely that you can connect this concept of Honkai, you can probably connect it back to Honkai Star Rail as like a form of destruction or a form of finality, you know? Do you have some spare change for the fine on figure funds? No such thing as a silly. Yes, there's no such thing as a silly question. A blue-eyed man. You can contribute to the hypothetical eventual new May skin invention. Yes, Raiden May is getting a new battle suit next month in this game, and she looks really sickening. She looks really, really sickening. Hold on, y'all need to see what Raiden May's new battle suit looks like. It is really sickening, y'all. Like, if that I like if there ever becomes a battle suit or a figure for it, Nini has to get it. Let's see. I don't want to go to Instagram. Just wanna maybe this one. I think you're gonna like it too, Mags, to be honest. Oh, this is so zoomed in, but it's okay. You get the point. This is what she looks like. This is Raiden May's new battle suit coming out next month. And it's literally giving Raiden Shogun Genshin, but in blue. It's the Raiden Shogun in blue. Oh, you saw this? She's not purple this time. This time she said, I want to look like the Raiden Shogun, but I want it in blue. If that figure never happens, Raiden May is such a popular character, Nini, that I'm pretty darn certain that there's gonna be a figure of this one, because they made a figure of the latest Kiana battle suit. Okay, so let's go back to our notes. So, okay, let's describe this passive. So Kiana has a Hersher charge meter, and we'll leave it blank for now as to how she gains points, with a max cap of 600 charge. When Kiana's charge reaches 600, she actually can you all hear me fine if I put the mic to the side like this? Because it gets a little annoying to have to try to type with the mic on the side, like she can she come to Honkai Star Rail? You don't care if Acheron exists. She does look a little bit similar to Acheron, but I guess you could say that Acheron is the purple version of that, right? um Riz is excited. Oh, you like the new Raiden May as well. I forget the full name of the battle suit is, like Sentinel something. Sound is good? Okay, thank you. So when Kiana's charge reaches 600, she becomes debilitated for 3 seconds. Let me see, what happens if I zoom? Because I feel like it's really small for you all up there. I feel like it's giving micro. The divas, even with their glasses, won't be able to read that. There we go. You love her? She looks like... honestly, Riz, I do feel like the Honkai Impact designs that they've been making more recently, they definitely tap a lot less into the sort of Gunnar aspect, and they tend to tap a lot more into the fashion aspect. Now, I will say that, like, Honkai Impact fashion tends to have a focus on, like, maximalism, a lot of asymmetry, you know? You're gonna look, like, if you can find your favorite, Raiden May battle suit. They look more crisp too. Yes. Yes, they definitely look more crisp. They tend to pour a lot of money in this game because it is still their little it is their passion project. Okay. This state can be canceled by switching out or using ultimate. Okay. So what is this? Antimatter round. Kiana deals more damage to shields. Or she deals 60% more damage to shield. Which, that's a mechanic that I feel like was a lot more active early on. Because I feel like a lot of these early game characters have some kind of mechanic that is tied to shields. But I will say that a lot of the content that I play in Honkai Impact tends not to involve enemy shields very much. I will say that. When a character, okay, when a character enters inner turmoil, oh, this is actually interesting. So when Kiana, okay, let me say it like this. When Kiana's Hersher charge, what was playing right there? Something was, one of those was the sound alert playing right there? I felt like a sound alert was playing right there. Was there a sound alert playing? Mihoyo games should work like Pokemon. We should be able to transfer them between games. You want your purple Kiana, your blue Mei, your ego-tripping Elysia, and your Fide in Genshin. No, I get it, but the issue is that all of them have completely different game mechanics. They did it a little bit with Sparkle. I do remember hearing some like wet news that at some point either there was or there is a plan to put Firefly in Honkai Impact. So Firefly is a character from Honkai Star Rail as well. She's a diva with a mecha suit. So I do remember there was like a plan to put Firefly in this game. I don't know if that plan is still gonna happen, or if it was abandoned, or if it was just like fake. Who knows? Sparkle. When Kiana's Hersher charge is maxed out, or just reaches 600, no. I'm gonna incorporate it here. Additionally, what am I playing? It feels like when I do something, some kind of sound alert is playing. Teammates gain 12 SP and 20% total damage bonus for 18 seconds. Whoops. 18 seconds. Does this mean you like A's boss look in Genshin? Are you asking that to me or Mags? Her show of origin with the mask. Oh. Oh yes, the mask comes on during combat. Yes. The mask. So what Mags is talking about? She's talking about this battle suit of Raiden Mason. During battle, she can equip a mask, I do believe. This is the May battle suit that Mags really likes. Okay. Where were we? We're still on the passive. Okay. Alright. I don't know, this doesn't feel like a passive I need to mention. I guess I should. Additionally, what is playing? Is it the... I don't know what's playing. Additionally, Kiana Ying's... Is it when I push shift? But I'm not pushing the numbers. Is it the Vogue sound that's playing? I'm actually not pushing the numbers. I'm not pushing the number key. I need to look at that. Has it actually been playing the whole time? I need to look at the hotkeys. Because what do you mean? Now is yeah, literally it's like every letter it's playing. Because I can see it right there. What is going on? Yeah, because I only have some of those things. I only have those things assigned to the number 0. So why is it playing all the time now? Yeah, I'm looking at my hotkeys. And I have nothing. The only hotkeys I have assigned is the number pad. Very interesting. 8% crit rate and 12%. No, I need to figure this out. It's the shift. What is playing? What do you all hear when I push the shift button? Something is occurring when I push the shift button. No, seriously, because I can't hear. What is playing? Is it the Vogue crash sound? It is. Why is that playing? That's supposed to be the 0 button. Girl. That's hilarious. Hold on. Let me get rid of that hotkey for now. Let me just get rid of it. Yeah, because it's supposed to be the... Where is it? Yeah, it's supposed to be this button. So let me just trash it. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that one for now. Because that's a little bit too excessive. Okay, it doesn't play anymore. I was like, every time I try to push shift. Oh my god. Okay, it won't happen anymore. It was a little bit too much. I'm like, I have this cozy music on and then it's just crashing the whole time. Okay, so we get to her evasion ability now. Do I always write that they can dodge? Yes, Kiana can evade. Kiana can evade up to 2 times in a row. What is Zeitflux? And what is it? So she gets a Zeitflux and she can generate a 3-second Enerstrom that pulls in enemies and inflicts a 12-second void mark. Yes, honey. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of some of that jargon, because some of that jargon feels a little bit excessive. When Kiana triggers ultimate evasion, she pulls in enemies for 3 seconds and inflicts Void Mark for 12 seconds, she additionally deals 300%. I'm just gonna call it physical attack, like that, and loses 50 Hersher charge. Boom. No, we got rid of some of the unnecessary jargon. Oh, what's the cooldown? Ultimate evasion has a cooldown of 7 seconds. She pulls an enemy's inflicts void mark for 12 seconds and restores 8 SP. Okay, this feels like a passive. After Kiana triggers ultimate evasion or switches into the field, she gains, I like to call it interruption res. So this is essentially the ability to maintain your stance when you get hit by an enemy. Because normally if you get hit by an enemy, you're going to get knocked back, right? But this ignore interrupts, interruption resistance, it means that even if you get hit by an enemy, you're going to be able to continue doing what you were doing. You won't, your like combos and stuff won't get broken. And 40% damage reduction for 8 seconds. All right, her basic attack. Launch a 4 attack sequence, and this time I'm gonna put in the numbers. I wasn't putting in the numbers before, but I'm like, I kind of want to have the numbers just to compare. So let's see. This time they're gonna play. Plus, you know. So that deals a total of 560% physical attack. The final hit of this sequence applies Void Mark for 12 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna have to add back in the Enestrom. She generates an Enestrom for 3 seconds and inflicts Void Mark. Enestrom will pull in enemies and restore 8 SP. Applies Void Mark for 12 seconds and generates an Enestrom for 3 seconds. Enestrom generated this way have a cooldown of 10 seconds. Have a cooldown of 10 seconds and consumes 50 Hersher charge. Okay. Each repeated attack against the same target gains attack speed. When Kiana attacks the same enemy repeatedly, she gains 2% attack speed with each attack, up to 35%. This effect resets if not attacking for 2 seconds or switching targets. Let's see, when basic attack scores a critical hit. Critical hits from basic attack have a 80% chance to inflict 2 bleed trauma. Now, if I remember, the trauma meters are dependent on the different enemies, and they're essentially ways of building up a debuff against an enemy. Ah, the QTE. Yes, the QTE. What's her switch skill? Was there anything about her switch skill? There's nothing here about a switch skill, so I guess she must not have a switch skill. So what do I write when here we go. So QTE triggers when an enemy is impaired or weakened. Now I feel like these are debuffs that have not been explained yet, so I actually don't really know what that means. What does it mean for an enemy to become impaired or weakened? I can think of weakened as being like their attack is reduced to deal 750% physical attack, knocks enemies airborne, and inflicts void mark for 12 seconds. Now I'm very curious, what does void mark do? Because it's been brought up a bunch, but they haven't explained it yet. Okay. So her ultimate consumes 100 SP to apply time slow to nearby enemies, deal 2000% physical attack, and inflicts void mark for 12 seconds. Casting this ultimate resets her surcharge. Alright, the final hit of this ultimate inflicts 6 stun trauma. Alright, this is her SSS ability. Kiana's ultimate gains 20% crit damage. That feels really low for SSS because that's like maxing out a character completely. Let's see, Void Sync. Here. Upon using her ultimate, Kiana gains 20% crit rate for 7 seconds. She's got a lot of little passives. Alright, her special attack. When holding the attack button, Kiana will instead attack with her lamp. In a 3 attack sequence that deals 800% physical attack. The combo attack, Kiana then gains 100 Herrscher charge. So here's your trade-off, right? This is her strong combo attack that if you overuse it, she maxes out her Herrscher charge and becomes debilitated for a few seconds. This combo attack, Kiana has interrupt res and 60% increased defense when using this combo attack. If the enemy... Here, I'm going to put this one as a passive. If Kiana hits an enemy... If Kiana's combo attack hits an enemy with Void Mark, she deals an additional 70% physical attack. And further inflicts to a 2.5 second time slow. For each combo attack performed, her combo attack gains 10% total damage bonus for 10 seconds, up to 5 stacks. Oh, and that's it. That's everything. Oh, she has no S or SS abilities. Interesting. Okay, I do want to test some of this stuff out because this one feels a lot more complicated. So this character definitely, you can see some of her greatest damage, or pretty much all of her damage, comes from the combo attack and from her ultimate. So creating this balancing act with her Hersher charge seems to be the key to using Valkyrie Ranger very well. All right, let's get her on the screen. Okay. Now, what can I use her in? Is it gonna have to be the, I think it's gonna have to be the open world, what? We're gonna have to go into the Sakura Samsara. Miss Valkyrie Ranger. Oh wait, no, that's not what I did. That's not what I needed to do last time. Hold on. I forgot. I just need to go here. Oh my god, we're gonna fight Kiana. Wait, fighting Kiana with Kiana. Where is she? Miss Valkyrie Ranger. Welcome to the stage. We're just gonna have some thickening divas behind her. We're just gonna have some thickening divas just for funsies. The small Bronya looks so funny to you. I know, right? Because she looks so eensy teensy. The old Bronya. Now this is really interesting because this battle still released early, right? But it still already has the Hersher charge aspect to it, right? Oh my goodness, hi. So this is Miss... Oh my god. This is Miss Combo Attack. Oh, and see, that's the Hersher charge that's being created. Oh my gosh, diva. Oh, see, that's the debilitating state that you get put in if you use it too much. But it plays... Oh, elemental damage. Girl, no. We just gotta get her. We just gotta get some SP. Oh right, I forgot. I need to use Sparkle for these moments because Sparkle restores SP. Oh, see, the sickening. Oops. Oh no. Oh, no, we have to get in Sparkle. If I want to see what the ultimate, how the ultimate works. I forgot I need to get Sparkle. Oh, Sparkle is locked. Never mind. So we're not going to be using Sparkle. I just have to not be silly. The sword, what was it? What is it? A lance. Oh, that is sickening. Oh, but, oops. I didn't want to continue the combo attack, diva. Oh. 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 Wait, why can't I? Oh, that's the Enerstrom. Did you see that? That little void that appeared on next to her? That's the Enerstrom. Oh, see that thing, that little black hole? This is so ZZZ. What? What is so ZZZ? Well, yes, the way that ZZZ's combat is structured is very much based on Honkai Impact. I just... Oh. So, okay, I do remember that. That's how you reset your little her surcharge. The fighting? Enough? You can never get... What do you mean stop yapping? Because I wanted to see... Because Riz, we had this whole moment to explore and read through the characters' game mechanics. So I needed the opera, so I wanted to visualize it, not just have it be read, right? But take it and what's it called? What's the word? Take it and visualize it into what the actual kid is. What are you all talking about? Why can't I let you lurk in peace, Max? What's going on? Why are you torturing? What's going on, y'all? Why are you all so mad? Huh? Moaning? What moaning? Oh, me moaning? Me moaning? Is this y'all's first stream in Hammy Lime stream? Is this the first time you've been here? This is the first time y'all have been here? Now you listen here. Now you listen here, you little punks. I'm gonna moan sickeningly. Well, no, because I always moan like that. I always moan like that, divas. I don't know why that's new. I don't know what's going on there. Let me moan in peace, divas. You feel like it's your first time? You will complain every single time? And you know what? When you're blocking me? Okay. Do what you need to do for your own peace. Okay, diva? You're gonna stream without including me? Okay, diva. Whatever it takes for you to feel peace with yourself. But I'm Hemily May, and I will always be a moaning diva when I'm having fun. I moan like that to myself, just so you know, Eva. We're learning that my community hates fun. I think the game should be live at this point. It's literally almost 10 p.m. See how we never win? Never win what? What are you talking about, never winning? There's nothing fun about moaning? Yes, there is. I have fun. And it's my stream. And I'm gonna have fun on my stream, divas. Okay, divas? I'm going to live by my rules. Despicable? Now I'm the one who feels like he's being hate crimed. I have a community full of backseating streamer. They're backseating the streamer. My community is backseating the streamer. Oh, the idols are idling. Girl, I don't really care about y'all. Shush. Y'all are not hot shit. Look at these girls. Look at how they think they're hot shit. Backseating allowed. Well, you know what? From this point on, there will be no backseating the stream. You love idols? I don't. For me, they're nothing special. I'm glad you love. Oh wow, the way they take you instantly to the wishing screen. Like diva, let me breathe. Let me breathe. Why are they posed like that? Because it's Endless on Zero. That's why they're posed like that. Arena popcorn. You don't like idols? What do you mean? Max, I'm getting some mixed feelings from you here. Do you either you do or you don't love the idols? That's not natural. Since when have anime poses ever been natural? Like, let's be so real now. Since when have anime poses ever been the epitome of natural? It always looks awkward. Yeah, it does. That's why I don't really like them. It's an industry full of super tropey, super. I'm not gonna listen. I'm actually gonna enter my love era. I feel like I've been complaining too much about stuff on stream. I'm re-entering my love era. I'm gonna talk about the things that I love, not really about the things that I hate. Speaking of complaints. Speaking of complaints. Um, y'all know I complain a lot about Wuthering Waves, and it might be too early to tell, but I've done about an hour of the story from the newest patch that released just yesterday, and I will say I think they're doing a better job. I think the current patch's story is a big improvement on what they've been doing so far. The bar was in hell for Wuthering Waves story exposition presentation, whatever you want to call it. And I think they've improved. I will say that I was going in feeling very bitter and angry and thinking this is just going to be more of the same bullshit that they've been doing. And I was kind of pleasantly surprised at the beginning. Now I am only an hour into it, so it could go downhill from here. But usually it takes less than an hour before things start to go downhill. So I'm feeling a little optimistic. I feel a little no. I like I said.
Miss Cecilia prepared this dress for me.
No, I will say I did say I was going to focus on the things that I love and not focus on the things that I don't love. But I will say, and there's I've had some Riz knows that I've had some contentious conversations about this. But Diva, if I can see what's underneath the skirt, then the skirt is not performing its job. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. I don't think this is necessarily an ugly skin or anything. If anything, I do think it has potential. But let's just say that I wish the skin was performing its duty. Do you know what I mean? That's my only primary gripe. The skin, even from the front, the skin is not performing its primary duty. Do you know what I mean? So that's my only major gripe about this. Oh, look at how fluffy it is, though. Like, that's hilarious. Look at the physics on the fleur. Look at the frill physics. I didn't think the frills were gonna have this many physics attached to them. You don't think you want to know how old she's supposed to be? I think like high schooler. Something like high schooler. Already skin on a new character. That's actually pretty commonplace these days, Mags. A lot of characters get skins upon release these days. The thing that bothers you the most, Riz, is the garter belt. Without it, it doesn't look that sus. Well, yeah, I tend not to care. See, everyone has like different thresholds of stuff. So everyone has like different thresholds of things that like bother them from like a Gunnar aspect and other things. This tends not. I mean, I guess I understand it, but this tends not to be something that bothers me. For me, it's usually when the skirt does not perform its function. Like I get it. The sort of bloomer itself is intended to be frilly itself, so it kind of blends in with the skirt. Like I get it, but I just I think it's a little. I think she could have. I think it could have been just a little, even just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Why are you exhausted? You don't play this game, Max. Max. Let's live in a world of love. Don't be exhausted. We're not exhausted. I'm not exhausted. I just don't buy them. There's a lot of skins in this game I haven't bought. You were trying to find the name of it, but yeah, the garter is really a big no for you as well. Really. Maid outfits look cute on girls and adults, and when the skirts are long. Oh, you don't have to apologize, my dear. You don't have to apologize, my dear. Let's be, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like sometimes when I was going back to some of my streams, I feel like I was being too much of a hater. You know, I'm like, no, I prefer being a lover. I prefer being a lover. What do we got here? We got a bundle. We got a bundle. After after the after what we did with Nikki. Remember how last time we went through all the different Nikki bundles together? I've kind of made it a point to start going through all the bundles just to see how these bundles actually fare and how much of like a boost slash discount you're actually getting from the bundle. So let me check on this bundle. Let's check on the ZZD bundle because I believe this is like a bundle that they usually, I'm pretty sure they usually offer this bundle every patch in ZZZ. Let's check out the bundles. I'm not gonna put it on the screen. I'm just gonna really quickly calculate the bundle. The patch bundle gives you, this much for this. So this bundle is a lot worse than double top up, but it's better than regular top up. So it's in between double top up and regular top up. Which I guess is kind of common for a bundle. It's not like a crazy. It's nothing this bundle is nothing crazy, but if you are going to spend on the game, it is very much worth it. My boy Harun Masa, where is he? I need the where is it? Not this. Who is she? Where is she? Where does she go? Is where's that shop? Give the character potential. Cause my boy Asaba got Asaba and Lycon both got buffs in this patch. There's nothing else. You can't get rid of you that easily? What do you mean you can't get rid of you that easily? What is it? You can't get rid of Nini that easily? You're trying to, y'all need to love each other more. Y'all need to love each other some more. Where is that shop menu? Not here. It's probably an event. Look at those. They always have some pretty sickening art for their, like, main story chapters. Oh, is this must be the, like, main event. Oh, and it gives a skin for Pan Yin-Hu. Oh, can we see it? I want to see it up close. There we go. Oh, this is hilarious. Look at, oh, he's so dapper. They even put shoes on the big bear man. Because his regular skin, see, he's just got the paws out. But then on his little skin, they gave him big old bear boots. Oh, he even has a little, look at his little fluffy, the physics on his little fluffy tail. That's hilarious. Oh, this is a cute outfit for him. Oh, yes. Sunna. Oh, she's so bright. She's so bright, Diva. Yes, gimme. What is this? Obtain silhouette. Oh, this is what it is. Yes. Give it to me. I saved up some. I wanted Lycon. You know, let me get it a little bit boosted for Asaba. I want to get it all the way for Asaba. If I can. Oh, yes, this. I forgot to collect this at the start of the month. At the top of the month. These are essentials. Always gotta remember to grab these. Oh, especially this one, I believe. Or was it this one that's more? No. This is the easier one to get, yes. Oh, and I can get another. Oh, but that costs so much. Hold on. Floof, top up. This guy. Yes, and then I get this guy. I'm trying to remember what I always get from these menus. Maybe I'll leave those for now. And then the potential archive. Let me use my potential. Live stream for Fluttering Wings. Huh? Who is this? What is this 3 out of 6? Huh? Oh, it took me to a website? The Twitter website? Girl, what? I'm not sure what this means. I have no idea what that means. Angels of Delusion, training in progress. Oh, this is another like little web event. Oh, and then this is just like weekly stuff. This is a really questionable endgame mode because normally, like originally, this game required you to have like 2 fully built teams. Then all of a sudden, they wanted you to have 3. This is a new endgame mode where they want you to have 5 built teams. 5 of them, Diva. Deadly Assault. Why is Deadly? Oh, Deadly Assault gets its own thing now? Oh, I see what they're doing here. You like Sunna's green hair? Let's go pull it. Oh wait, no. I gotta unlock my potential.
Is it time to clock out?
Give me my potential. I wanna get them all the way if I could. My boy got some buffs, Diva. He got some buffs, and so did Lycon.
Go ask my call. I shall follow your orders.
My Lycon is M6 already. I got him 6 times already.
I'm at your disposal.
Okay. Let's pull the Diva. Oh wait, this is the battle pass, not the wish pass. The wish pass. This is not the wish, huh? I don't think I need the Bangbu XP this time. Yeah. Okay. Let's go pull on Miss Sunna. And let's hope she's nice to us. Hello, Miss Sunna. How are you on this fine evening? My name is Hemily May. I am a streamer at twitch.tv/Hemily May. I am here to pull you in the very popular game called Xenozone Zero. Please be kind and gentle with me. Thank you, Miss Sunna. Okay. I didn't mean what I said about your skin. I think your skin is really sickening, you know? You don't hate her OG design. You think if you were a cute person, you'd look like a sweetie pie, cutie patootie, girly plop idol like that. Oh, you feel like this could be some of your aesthetic? No, I do have like, there's something like weirdly, I don't know, something like weirdly satisfying about her. I don't know, what do you even call that skirt? Because I keep thinking of it like a chicken. I feel like she looks like a... Do we call her... Do we... She heard me call her a chicken. Now let's see, what is it? What is it actually going to be though? I called her a chicken and then I got an early 5-star. Is it... Did she like being called a chicken? That's the real question. Does she like being called a chicken? She likes being called a chicken. We just learned today that Sunna likes being called a chicken. Thank you, Miss Sunna. Thank you to Miss Sunna. That was early. That was really early. What was that? We were only 30 pulls in, so what was that? I think that was 40 pity for Miss Sunna, and that's a 50-50. Thank you to Miss Sunna. That was very kind of Miss Sunna. We do need to get her signature weapon. Sunna the chicken. Sunna's a cute little chimkin girl. Thank you to Miss Sunna. Okay, Miss Sunna, let's get your chicken ball. Time to get the chicken ball. Now, this is where it's gonna get gaggy, just like Zabai. Zabai was kind to us with the 50-50, but I bet you the chicken ball, like an egg, is an egg a ball? Would you classify an egg as a ball? Oh, let me, I do have some of these. I got some of these shaved up for precisely this scenario. Okay, Miss Sunna, let's get your chicken ball. You can make it a ball if you want. If with the right level of determination, you too can have a chicken ball. Okay, Miss Sunna, I'm really nervous. Please, Miss Sunna. Miss Sunna. Does she kind of give Hua Hua vibes? She does. The way she talks and the way she acts is very Hua Hua coded in Honkai Star Rail. That's what Nini is talking about. She's talking about Honkai Star, the Honkai Star Rail character, Hua Hua. Okay, Miss Sunna. Miss Sunna. Miss Sunna, my darling little chimkin girl, if you give me the, maybe I'll buy your skin. I want you all to know. I could almost cry. I want you all to know that this is one of the very few and first times that I've ever gotten a character and their signature weapon without spending any money. I want you all to know this. I went into this without having spent any money.